Welcome back!
Welcome back to Oddulting!
Yes!
I promise I'm not going to say anything about Final Fantasy X in this episode.
Oh, well, it's funny, I was gonna pick up where we left off and basically just say that, though that's, obviously consistent with his personality, freaking out at that point is not unreasonable. It's just, wasn't just the freaking out that was. And I did like Tidus more by the end than I had at the beginning, even though I'm still not that fond of him.
Yeah,
but,
he grows a lot.
He does grow a bit, but, just, like, for the first huge chunk. Of course, there's also the fact that when I started playing Final Fantasy X, I was playing it at your house, and I'd gotten, like, 4 hours into it, and then you accidentally erased my game.
Oh, yeah, that.
And I wasn't that in, like,
Oops.
Tidus didn't do much for me to start with, so then I was like, I have to play through all that shit with him being a whiny butt. Again.
Yeah. But didn't he do your great line of waka 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 feed me?
Well, yeah, that's just how I do stuff.
We still say now.
Yes, I know. And that's why we thought doing this would be fun, because sometimes when I play games, I come out with really weird-ass shit.
It's wonderful. Like, you were one of my inspirations for, well, trying to pull you into doing this.
You're like, I want to do this. You're crazy.
I mean, I did some gameplay stuff before. I was doing it under the name of Quad 9s. If anyone wants to check out all those videos, it's
yeah, one of the games that
only half as entertaining.
One of the games that Quad 9s. But hey, that means that you provide half of the entertainment in here. So
woohoo! Go me.
You just needed me to make it twice as good.
I did.
Anyway, yeah, one of the games in the Quad 9s thing is a really effed up game. So
yeah, if anyone's heard of it, I played a bit of LSD Dream Emulator. It's a wonderful
head trip
piece of what the fuck. I really wish it had made it out of Japan so can have it, properly licensed over here. And hey, we just took things almost full circle of, talking about licensing again. Yeah, I don't recommend anyone goes to watch those, because they were definitely early days stuff, and...
Jeez, we're still in early days stuff.
We are definitely in early days stuff, but one of the reasons I wanted to do this with you is because we have some really great conversations.
Oh, yeah.
And thing I noticed about a lot of YouTube channels is they didn't have... You get some really good things when you've got two people or multiple people to play off
each other, exactly.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons, like, one of the other totally geeky things we do is role-playing.
Oh, yeah.
It's why I always, like, I don't mind doing a game when it's just two people, because I'm kind of obsessed with role-playing, and it's the only way I get any. But, I always found a game with one DM or whatever, and 2 or 3 players was excellent. Because you had enough people that the characters would play off each other and do stuff, so if you came up with plot, just threw stuff out to them every once in a while.
Yeah.
So you'd have 2 or 3 people to play off each other, and you'd get great character interactions, you'd have hilarious stuff happen, you'd get, like, great quotes that you still say later on, all this great stuff, but there weren't so many people that they were constantly just trampling all over each other, and you couldn't do anything.
Yes. Yeah, I completely agree with you on that.
Yeah, so I always found that 3 or 4 people for a gaming session was perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of gameplay channels I found. I mean, not to say that there's anything wrong with doing a gameplay channel and you just got one person doing it.
Especially if you do it well.
Yeah, some people out there...
Or if you're just having fun, whatever.
Yeah, like, excellent fucking comedians who do some phenomenal shit with their gameplay channel, and I love watching them. But some of my favorite channels, it's multiple people who keep the conversation going between themselves, so it's actually a conversation instead of just a monologue of, oh god, I have to keep up the dialogue because what I'm doing in the game isn't interesting enough to carry people through watching
And that's way harder. And then, of course, you get the people who don't even keep up the monologue in the game, and you're just like, what?
Yeah, like, doing research to see if, by research, I'm like, if my research is watching YouTube channels, it's the best piece of research ever. But, looking through some stuff, on YouTube to see what other channels offered for some of the games that we were talking about playing at the time, I'd see stuff where, people would just, like, let the conversation, or let the monologue hang while stuff was going on. Or even when stuff wasn't going on, like, just going through my menu, long period of silence. Okay, let's get back to the game. Like, this is great if you assume that all people want is to watch a game with occasional minor commentary, but most of the time people are showing up almost equally for a game and the personalities that are behind it. So
I mean, even one time I went to look up Let's Play of Fatal Frame 3 because I was doing something and I kind of wanted to refresh my memory on what the opening was like,
Right.
but without going and playing it again.
Yeah.
And I looked up a gameplay thing, and it was one of those things where, like, the person who started playing it sort of talked a little bit during the opening. It was sort of like, this is Fatal Frame 3, we're gonna play it, it's known as this in Japan, and, like, but then there'd be these long silences, and even when you were, like, in the menu, there was, like, nothing...
Yeah.
And I was like... I mean, I didn't even want to watch it for the entertainment value, I mostly wanted it for the imagery so I could just refresh my memory, and I was like, this is boring as shit.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that made me kind of aware of... I've done a lot of work in call centers. Sorry, I got a cough today. But, you know, every call center that I've worked in, they have stressed that, you know, it doesn't feel like a minute is very long when you're the one doing something, but when you're, like, the customer sitting on the other end of the phone, you don't know what the other person is doing. All you're doing is sitting there. A minute feels like forever. And I could never entirely appreciate that. Because, and it's possible that I couldn't entirely appreciate that because I got very good at, you know, typing out my notes while I'm saying something completely different to the customer on the phone. Because I managed to divide my brain in half, I guess.
Yes, that's it exactly.
Yeah, I lobotomized myself to become better at my job.
Oh gosh! I bet a lot of people who've worked in call centers
I can
nodding.
imagine, like, the like button is exploding right now.
Yeah, seriously.
But, oh god, where was I going with that?
Filling in blank space with talk.
You know, when I was watching some of those videos, and, you know, just watching people go through their menu, and I'm like, this really is actually very boring, because it's only taking 30 seconds for you to scroll through and get the item you want. But when you're not, like, you're not even going dum-dum, just going through my menu and, like, making some stupid little thing that I can focus on other than click, click, click. It is very, very dull.
Yeah, it is.
I feel bad when we're actually just talking about something entertaining and nothing particularly exciting is happening on the screen.
Yeah. We say funny stuff, though. Wow, whoa!
Raticate's gonna fuck you up!
Yeah, seriously! Holy shit!
That's okay, I'll kick it in its broken teeth. Actually, you know, when I say things like that, I really understand the comparison to, like, cockfights that people were making about Pokemon way back when.
Yeah, I'm
and now.
kind of like, what?
Whoa.
Poor Pokemon.
Well, that happened.
It did happen. It totally happened.
It did, yeah, you were a witness.
We didn't imagine it.
Nope. I'm not hallucinating again.
I wish I was imagining breakfast.
Oh god, breakfast. Oh, thank god. Well, I thought my Butterfree was gonna die.
Yeah, I know.
Instead, it gained a level. So
hooray!
Yay, go me. Or go Gwilline.
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 Every time I try to sound Gwilline.
Just call him Gwilly.
Gwilly.
That's what I do. Yeah, I want breakfast now too.
Sorry.
It's like almost 7 o'clock. Oh, we've still got eggs. I could scramble some eggs.
Maybe.
We got some garlic parm toast.
We do have garlic parm toast.
That would be really good with eggs.
Maybe.
Alright.
Heal your Pokemon!
Yay!
I still really want to watch this, and I'm still really mad that I can't.
I know! Like, all we've got on Netflix is, like, the most recent season and the very beginning season.
Which...
like, nothing in the middle.
Yeah. Anyway, I think I figured out we were on episode 211 or something.
Yeah, like 211 or 214 or...
somewhere around there.
Yeah. I'm impressed that my marijuana evolved.
Woohoo!
It's now a gloom. It's in gloomy marijuana.
Wow.
So it can absorb your health, poison you, paralyze you, and put you to sleep. Best marijuana ever.
A bunch of, like, marijuana advocates are gonna come and crap all over us.
I know. Oh my god, you think marijuana is bad for you? You should die in a fire.
Well...
I simply love fishing.
Woo!
Grand, I like your style. Take this and fish, young one. I don't want your old rod.
Yeah, seriously.
Gross. Put it away. He keeps calling me young one. Somehow that's creepier after he hands me the big rod. Or the
Old rod. The big rod?
Oh, that's not a thing.
Good job!
There's the old rod, the good rod, and the super rod.
Oh my.
Wiggly eyebrows.
What?
I'm putting up a building on this plot of land. My Pokemon is tapping
Oh,
land.
I see.
And it never finishes. It never goes up.
Wow.
I could play this game for like 700 hours. I could play this game as long as you've played Skyrim, and nothing would change.
Yeah, that's really funny about Skyrim is I've played one character that actually in-game 2 years have passed. Like, literally,
Wow.
you start the game in the year, like, 202 or some shit, and it's
Okay.
like the year 204
Holy
now.
shit.
Yeah.
And like, all you've been doing for the past while is like clearing out bandit caves and smithing stuff.
Since before the first year had passed, more or less. Actually, no, because since before the first year had passed, it was before I got any of the downloadable content.
Okay.
But then I got the Dragonborn add-on and the
Okay.
Dawn Guard add-on
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff.
that's
So I did
true.
do some other stuff. But yeah, it's kind of funny because there's some things you go do, like nobody's decided to rebuild Helgen.
In all this time.
Whiterun is still all effed up from the Civil War. Though I actually didn't even do the Civil War quest till almost a year had passed.
Yeah, I
'cause
suppose you.
Griffin's a weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he thought they were both full of shit, so he was like, I'm not taking sides.
Let's see, which of you is the lesser of two fucknuts?
Yeah, that's basically what he had to decide, because when they put in the add-on that lets you adopt kids,
Okay.
the Hearthfire one, and you go running around, you actually find a couple kids that are orphaned because their parents died in the war.
Yeah.
He went, alright, that's it, I have to put an end to this. And proceeded to go kick the shit out of Ulfric Stormcloak because he's an asshat.
He's kind of a dick.
But yeah, it's funny because it's just some stuff like, and then remember I was playing it again the other day, and I was playing a newer character, and there's the people wandering around, they're like, why are we even going to a wedding at this far-flung end of the Empire anyway?
Oh yeah.
And they're like, well, we need to make our way to Solitude, and every time I run by them, I'm like, you're going the wrong way. Because every time they are.
That's awesome.
And I was like, they never ever go where they need to go, and it might be that it's a quest that I haven't gotten the skills or whatever in whatever way to do it, but 2 years later in that game, they're still wandering around. Like,
Wow.
they've been wandering around Skyrim for 2 years for this wedding in Solitude that the person tells you about every time you go there, and just stuff like that. It's really funny. And time doesn't really pass at all.
You missed what I named my Diglett, didn't you?
Yes, I did, sorry.
I named it Dildo.
Oh my gosh.
Well, look at
Yes,
that
I
thing.
know, I got it. Forget Weeping Bell being forced to perform oral sex, you should just name it Condom.
I plan. Well, I didn't catch Bellsprout, so I guess I can't. But
Eventually.
yeah,
Someday.
there were around Cerulean City when I was level building that time. You okay?
I just have something in my eye.
Oh shit. How them feels?
And then my nose is all stuffy.
Oh god, do you want to clean it?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Marijuana is absorbing health from the dildo.
Whoa, what?
I really don't think I can title this episode that.
No, I'm not sure what you can title any of these, but
I usually come up with something.
you usually do. You're pretty good.
Well, mostly what I do is...
Find a funny line?
Well, yeah, well, like, while I'm editing it, because I have to listen to it all to make sure that...
Yeah, exactly.
The sound's good and it's synced up and whatnot, I usually just take a good line or something that comes to me that, oh shit, I wish I'd said that. Well, that's this episode's title.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty amused by the ones you choose most
Well,
of
that's
the time.
good. It means I'm doing something right. See? This is like it seems way longer that we were silent because people are just like, so are you gonna say something?
And we're like, no! Defiant log! No!
No! I love that. We
We've
were watching some Star Trek Deep Space Nine recently, and every time one of them makes a log for the Defiant, they'll start it off by saying, Defiant log.
and I just started giggling and was like, Defiant log! I said no!
Told the captain no again.
And then it just degraded into no!
So,
All the time.
I really think, like, Worf is the one writing the Defiant log.
Well, it was usually him That was he was the character
Yeah.
speaking when it. Anyhow, we are just about at time again.
Oh hey, okay. So I guess next time I'll be on the other side of Diglett Tunnel. So
Diglett Tunnel.
Diglett Tunnel.
Dildo Tunnel. Great.
Yeah. I'll,
Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
That's why I was like, okay.
Next time I'll come out the dildo hole.
Next time, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.